Both President Xi and Premier Li were re-elected to their posts. Some other senior officials are less known to the public. My colleague Wang Guan is in the studio with me to give us a complete look at this new leadership.
Well, Elaine, this new lineup has a really nice mixture of career diplomats, technocrats, and leaders with over 3 decades of experiences working their way up across the country and throughout the sectors. Let's take a look. We begin with a man that needs little introduction. Xi Jinping is re-elected president of China for another 5-year term. Up next is Wang Qishan. The former anti-corruption chief is now vice president. He also had a long career overseeing China's financial and economic affairs. For many years, he was leading China's major trade talks with the U.S. Li Keqiang retains his position as premier of the State Council. With a doctor's degree in economics from Peking University, Li will help Xi to move China's economic reforms forward. Li Zhanshu was President Xi's chief of staff. Now he's the country's top legislator at the National People's Congress. Wang Yang has the CPPCC, that is China's top multi-party policy advisory and supervision body. Yang Xiaodu leads the new National Supervisory Commission, which combines the previously controversial party-state dual-track anti-corruption systems into one grand national organization. Han Zheng is now executive vice premier. He was known for his market-friendly policies while serving as mayor of Shanghai. Sun Chunlan is the 5th female vice premier in the past few decades. Hu Chunhua, at 54, is the youngest member of the Politburo. His provincial portfolio includes Tibet, Inner Mongolia, and Guangdong. Liu He, President Xi's key economic strategist, is now also elevated to vice premier. He graduated from Harvard Kennedy School with a master's degree in public administration. You may have noted these people are all current members of the elite 25-person Politburo. Further down the hierarchy is the rank of vice premier, but under a slightly different title of state councilor. Wang Yong was reappointed to this position for another 5-year term. China's foreign minister Wang Yi is also promoted to become state councilor. 3 other state councilors oversee China's national security, public security, and serve as chief of staff for the state council, respectively. Well, many say that this lineup is unique in that for the first time in the Chinese history, China's top diplomats, its central bank governor, and its chief economic strategist are all fluent English speakers. If we look at the foreign policy front, Yang Jiechi studied at London School of Economics, has a PhD degree in history. Also, Wang Yi, China's current foreign minister, newly elevated to the position of state councilor, is well versed in the Japanese language. He was caught on tape correcting his Japanese interpreter on multiple occasions. On the economic front, Liu He graduated from Harvard Kennedy School with a master's degree in public administration, whereas the new PBOC, which is the Chinese central bank chief, studied at University of Illinois with a PhD in economics. Elaine.
A lot of well-known folks there. You know, this year's Congress ends with a lot of significant changes. So tell us more about these reforms and how they will help move China forward.
Yes, Elaine. We often hear about, you know, the press here talking about one issue that is term limits. In fact, this NPC has really produced more results than that one alone. The institutional reforms, for example, merging, retooling, revamping the overlapping functions of ministries. I think, first of all, this is a war on entrenched interests because those directors, bureau chiefs, and ministers, when their jobs are cut, probably they're not going to be very happy about it. And also, it really makes things easier. For example, in the old days, if you want to tackle the issue of pollution, you go to many different ministries. If it's underground water, you go to the Ministry of Environmental Protection. If it's the farmland that's polluted, you go to the Ministry of Agriculture. If it's the ocean, the State Oceanic Administration. Now, it's all merged into one ministry. For restaurant owners, you used to need to get 3 licenses and permits, now only 1. Things like this are happening on the economic front, financial services sector. The hope is with the new PBOC chief, which is seen largely as a reformist-minded economist by training, he can further open up China's financial services sector.
And everyone will be watching and waiting. Wang Guan, thank you so much.